A lot of people raising the question why, including now Hillary Clinton. She's just weighed in. I've told we have sound from her. Let's watch.
Let's be very clear. This is not happening because of the, quote, Democrats' law, as the White House has claimed. Separating families is not mandated by law at all. That is an outright lie. Those who selectively use the Bible to justify this cruelty are ignoring a central tenet of Christianity. I went to a lot of years of Sunday school. I even taught it from time to time. I've studied the Bible, both the Old and the New Testament. And what is being done using the name of religion is contrary to everything I was ever taught. Jesus said, "Suffer the little children unto me." He did not say, "Let the children suffer."
Perhaps even a jab back at the Attorney General Jeff Sessions, right, for citing the Bible a couple of days over the justification of these practices. We were talking earlier, know a lot about this and immigration and have been on the phone with even Border Patrol agents who, may be having a tough internal struggle with having to enforce what they're doing. The thing is, the president and the administration, they may be blaming the Democrats, but they could stop this today.
Yes.
If they wanted to.
That's right.
So why don't they?
Well, and I've said this before, Trump does not want to necessarily solve the issue of immigration. It was something he used to help him get elected. The issue of illegal immigration is a very complicated one, and it's multifaceted from a number of reasons. Between border security, interior enforcement, economic magnets, what you do with families, what you do with the kids that are already here. There's so many facets, which is why Republicans, Democrats also, have not been successful in doing something comprehensive over many years. What's happening now is something that the President of the United States could fix with the stroke of a pen or a phone call. It is a policy similar to what happened under the Obama administration when they made the decision, even under the Bush administration, when they made the decision to do catch and release or to have prosecutorial discretion, where they told basically prosecutors, you don't have to prosecute the law because it is the law. 275 of the Immigration and Naturalization Act, that section says that it's a misdemeanor punishable up to 6 months in jail and a fine. So if you choose to enforce it that way, what happens is people get separated.
But it was like a look the other way under those administrations.
And Obama did that with DACA and things. So easily, Trump could say, let's not do this, let's try to figure out another way. But we know that he not only doubles down, he triples down on things like this. This makes him look tough in his mind to his supporters. So now it's, what are we doing? Until his supporters and people that he listens to start to say, Mr. President, this is not tenable, we shouldn't be doing it this way, he's not going to change it.
I understand, Josh, that the word, immigration, when he talked about the wall, just buzzwords for his base maybe bolster him. But there's a difference between, playing to your base and what's happening to these children.
Well, that's right. And if you look at the positions the administration has right now, there's no consistent position. As far as I can see, there are three mutually exclusive positions that the administration is simultaneously trying to hold. You have Kirstjen Nielsen saying there is no such policy. You have Stephen Miller, a senior White House advisor, saying, yes, there is. It's zero tolerance, and that's good. And then you have Donald Trump on Twitter saying this is a terrible policy and it's Democrats' fault, which isn't at all true. What seems to be happening, as best I can discern from Trump's behavior, is that he's taken these little children as hostages to use as a bargaining chip in a negotiation with Democrats, rather than concede something like, say, okay, well, we don't need my border wall, we'll work out a different deal. He's created this pain and this problem in hopes that he can go to Democrats and say, if you want to alleviate the suffering of these little kids in cages, then you need to fund my border wall.
Which is backfiring, because there's, Democrats have come to the table, and I'm not one to usually defend the Democrats on things like this. I'm not. I'm a Republican, and I've seen the obstruction with Democrats in the past when we tried to do this under the Bush administration. But the Democrats were willing to give more than once Trump the money he needed for the border wall, which is what shows me that he's disingenuous about actually solving this. And even the bills that are in front of Congress that are about to be considered this week, I mean, Trump blew that up on Friday when Republicans were trying really hard to come up with some kind of a compromise here that included tough border security. Trump blew that up, and they had to patch it back together again, and they're trying to figure out what to do this week. He has been his own worst enemy on this.
Yep. Let me come back to this entire point, but it's the policy, it's what's at stake, and it's also these pictures. So stand by, everyone.